Okay, we're getting some backstory here. Hello there everybody, the Hat Person here, and welcome back to some more SK Shinovi Versus. So last time where we left off, we had Ryobi and Murakumo had a fight, and of course Ryobi won, because hey, as everybody knows, you make fun of my chest, you die like the rest. Anyway, here we go. Moving on to some more sad backstory. I'm assuming this is about the two sisters, because we already know about freaking Miyabi, and I'm assuming that goes hand in hand with a little bit of Imu. So I don't know, depending as the dialogue goes, I'll be able to figure out who we're talking about here. I'll never forget that day in the summer of the 3rd grade. Miyabi and I, okay, so this is Imu we're talking about here. Miyabi and I lay in the grass, watching all of the fluffy clouds wander around the blue sky, and we each let out a long sigh at the same time. She's really romanticizing this. I turned my head towards Miyabi and puffed up my cheeks. I'm tired of playing Shinobi. Great, doing it Minori style. My father was an active evil shinobi and worked together with Miyabi's father on missions. Being their daughters and hearing their stories, we wanted to become a real shinobi and brave those same dangerous missions ourselves. Great. Let's play real shinobi. Oh no, this always leads to like accidents and scraped knees and heads getting cut off and mothers getting killed by Yoma. Man, this is like the perfect setup for some sort of like anti-weapon PSA or something. The idea put a sparkle in Miyabi's eyes. Oh no. Here's how it happens, huh? Here's how Miyabi loses everything she's ever loved. We each snuck into our home's shinobi room and grabbed an armful of real weapons. Once we were ready, we met up and headed for the nearby mountains. This is gonna end very badly. The mountain our parents had heavily warned us never to go near under any circumstances. Fantastic, and you go in there anyway. Any wild dogs, yeah. Oh no, don't go in there. That's the worst place ever. You're gonna see a dog in there or two. Maybe you'll see a raccoon or something. Oh, dangerous. And then they'll see Satan incarnate right in front of them. We forgot about our parents' warnings and headed up the mountain, laughing and talking. No matter how dense the mountain path became, we felt no fear. We were armed to the teeth with a real shuriken and kunai. Nothing could stop us. Once we found a nice spot, we put down our bags. Oh, you're gonna duel each other? Oh man, the monsters are not gonna care. If you're dueling, you're gonna get eaten. We readied our weapons, started dashing back and forth between the trees, and in the end, we dueled each other with thrown leaves and practiced our climbing and leaping from branch to branch, laughing all the while. Great, you never used your weapons at all. You just did it to look and sound cool. Though we had prepared ahead of time with real weapons, we were children after all. As soon as it was time to play shinobi, we'd long stopped caring whether what we were playing with was the real thing or not. Oh no, here we go. Here's where the tragedy is gonna come in. I don't wanna see it. It's gonna be like the one person that Imu has loved the most, like her mother or her grandma or whatever, and like her head gets exploded or something by a Yoma or something. I don't wanna press X. It's gonna be really sad. Miyabi suddenly stopped. No, like blood? She was right. There was a faint, raw odor coming from somewhere. As Miyabi and I searched the area, a black clump suddenly dropped from the sky. Oh no, here we go. I took a closer look, then wished I hadn't. It was made of fused together animal corpses, with countless human limbs jutting out from inside. And you couldn't like freaking make a drawing of that, not even like concept art or anything. Would have been nice to actually be able to see that instead of just a bunch of trees and a whole lot of nothing in the center. Like something out of a horror comic. We were still frozen in shock when it roared and charged us. I knew what was next. We were going to die. That monster was going to kill us. My body locked up in terror. All I could do was squeeze my eyes shut. But the pain never came, and the monster's cries fell silent. Still terrified, I slowly opened one eye, and then the other. I couldn't quite comprehend what I saw. The monster was on the ground, chopped into lifeless pieces. Miyabi's father was there, clutching her to his chest. And right behind them lay Miyabi's mother. No, or rather her headless corpse. No! Yeah, this is literally the same story as Miyabi's. Damn it! Afterwards, her father told me everything. I apologized to Miyabi over and over again. I told her how sorry I was. Yeah, she was the one that caused it. It was her freaking jackpot idea of going into like the super dangerous place to get a bunch of weapons and pretend to be a real shinobi. If I hadn't asked to play shinobi, her mother would still be alive. Yeah, God, what a horrible move. This is why you need to follow directions. But Miyabi never blamed me. That's when I decided. Oh, you still talking? Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry for interrupting you in your moment of grief. That's when I decided that I'll grow strong. I'll become invincible, and I'll always have Miyabi's back. Maybe a little bit too much of her back. I'll have her back even when she's having a shower. Ugh. Later on, Miyabi and I were accepted to Hebijo. In our very first year, we made the elite squad. How? Simple. We both already had intense training experience. No more games. The training we endured since that day was deadly if either of us made a single mistake. All that got us through it was, what? All that got us through it, that is very weirdly written. All that got us through it was our singularity of purpose. You gotta rephrase that. Once Miyabi made it into Hebijo, her drive for power grew even more intense. Miyabi was always aiming for the top. Sometimes it scared me a little. She was investigating on the internet on how to be a good shinobi. She had jars of piss all over her room. It was getting a little uncomfortable, especially when I would sleep in with her. Yeah, I mean, I'd smell the piss, it'd be horrible. She had a beater for some reason. I'm like, what? I started thinking of her as a sharp, thin blade. Keen enough to cut through anything, but fragile enough to break. And then eventually, that blade did break. Yeah, and here's what happens when they fight the Yoma and freaking Miyabi does blood riot and all that kind of stuff. It happened while we were both on a mission to ambush and eliminate good shinobi students. Of all of a sudden, a Yoma attacked. Miyabi had to retaliate with blood riot. Whoosha! Empowered by her blood riot, she became an unstoppable berserker. Even the Yoma had to retreat. But unstoppable meant exactly that. Even with the demon gone, she kept on thrashing and screaming. She looked ready to pull herself apart, as if she might break her own spine. I didn't know what to do. On the verge of panic, I remembered a lesson from Hebijo. Blood riot. I had learned something about blood riot. I racked my brain for it, then finally remembered. You just gotta throw a bucket of water and then she'll wake up. No. Blood reverse, of course, naturally. For this spell, I have another spell. It's one of the anathematic ninja arts. I'd never tried it before, but if I succeeded, I could stop the excess blood flow and cut off the source of her anger. With everything I had left, I created a seal. Or, like, look at that, look at the seal, it's so cute, you can't be angry anymore. And it worked. I focused all my energy and aimed my palm towards Miyabi. With the power from my hand, I drew the excess blood from Miyabi and watched it dissipate in the air. But Miyabi didn't stop. Of course, this is a problem with being an evil shinobi where everything is based on strength. That's exactly what I told you. All of their judgment is based around being strong enough or not. And so that's gonna bite them in the ass, like now. My strength, my life, was flowing out of my body through my palm. No, I couldn't give up yet. Even if my life ended, I couldn't give up. Even if I die, I won't give up. I'll keep going until I die, but even if I am dead, I will continue. What? Doesn't make any sense. I will be a ghost and continue to not give up. I forced myself to press on. I thought she was gonna be like, yeah, like a rock and roll. Are you ready to rock? Yeah! It was because of me that Miyabi lost her mother. I had to save her life to be forgiven. Again, it'd be really cool if I actually saw this, like one picture, no, just a black screen, that kind of sucks. The evil aura on Miyabi was slowly weakening. It was working, just a little more. I squeezed out the last of my strength. A little bit of a fart came out. It smelled a little bad, but I didn't care. The blood completely disappeared as Miyabi collapsed to the ground. The highly difficult anathematic ninja art had succeeded. What I had in my heart for Miyabi, that's what saw it through. The enormous lady boner that I had from Miyabi gave me the strength to do the ninja art. I staggered over to her. She was unconscious, but still breathing. Man, she cares more about Miyabi than she does her own damn sister. I hugged her, not caring that she was covered in blood. But that wasn't the end of the story. She paid the price for using Blood Riot. It clouded her mind and broke her will. Miyabi was no longer Miyabi. She was Miyabi the potato. Yep, hospital immediately. She was still aware, but she showed no signs of response. She didn't speak, or walk, or smile. The doctor couldn't say whether she'd recover quickly, or stay in that state forever. After that tragedy, Hebijo Private Girls Academy was rebuilt and renamed Hebijo Clandestine Girls Academy. Everything around me changed. It felt like Miyabi and I didn't matter anymore. But I held on. I knew Miyabi wouldn't let it end that way. She would definitely regain her old self and keep striving to become the strongest shinobi ever. Even if she is a potato that doesn't do anything. She's just absorbing resources. That's why I decided to take Miyabi and leave Hebijo temporarily. Luckily, there was a nursing home away from Hebijo. Miyabi and I moved there together. God, it's like... how old is she? Like 15, 16, and she's already like in the old folks home? God, that's really sad. And Miyabi, like freaking Imu is so devoted to her that she like literally threw her life away for her. I kept her clean and fed her soft, nutritious food. I wiped her ass and I cleaned her when she took a piss. God, she had to wear like adult diapers, and of course I just had to check and smell to see if she really did it, because of course she can't respond, she can't say or do anything, she just does it. And so I just gotta change her whenever. So I've seen her naked a million times. Some nights she'd grow frightened, and I hold her trembling body while we slept. God, this is incredibly sad. I swore I'd find a way to cure her, to bring her back. Whatever I had to do, however long it took, she was all that mattered to me. And she still is. Having her back on her feet now doesn't change that. It's all for Miyabi. Everything I do, everything I am, is for Miyabi. That's the path I've chosen for my life. God damn. That is... wow. So again, this is what I love about Senran Kagura. They're throwing me the curveballs. They're saying like, exactly what I thought. The process just keeps happening. You know, like you see like the little quirk or the little thing that's a little creepy or weird or funny, and it's like, oh man, like this is so weird, man. They're obviously doing this just for like the fan service or whatever, and in kind of some sort of way they really do. But then you look at the really sad backstory, and I'm like, holy shit, like that cut deep. that is like seriously like, wow. I applaud like a golf clap for such an intriguing story. Like it really, like, the way that I'm looking at Imu now is, like, completely different to how I looked at her, like, 20 minutes ago, you know? To me, she was just, like, an overly obsessive woman who was eventually gonna turn into, like, a joke. But now, like, wow. I really am looking at her differently. So, yeah, putting up that evil front. Where's the unlucky? Well, it's not a front. But, you know, there's still good in her, even though she says she's evil. Evil. Imi. Imu? Imai? Imi? Yeah, that's weird. That's just Shiki and her weird nicknames.
Imu-chin?
Yeah, Imu-chin, but that's not translated correctly. That's a weird way of translating Imu-chin in English. Weird. Yeah, she's gonna say it exactly like that. I am Imi, I'm here to fight for Sha. I'm here to fight for my bestie Miyabi. I texted her and she's like, yeah, like, do it. Nah, she's slightly smarter than you might think. Believe me, she reads books. Or at least she's written a book. Man, like, OMG, that is so, like, totally rude star. God, take a chill pill. Kitty Cat. Wasn't, man, like, now all of the freaking rivals are super mixed up. You know, like, in the Gessen and in the Hanzo storyline, the rivals were Murakumo and Ikaruga, and then, I think it was Shiki with Yagi. Yeah, Shiki with Yagi. God, excuse me for that burp. it was Shiki and Yagyu, and now apparently it's Shiki versus Katsuragi and Murakumo versus Yagyu. Like, why is it all like mixed up like this? Like, why do you keep it the same for 2 storylines, and then the third one you just mix it all up like a blender?
マジ超失礼なんだけど、ありえないっしょ。私の友達のアッコだってそこまで失礼じゃないよ。
I love it. Even though it is a little awkward and stilted, it's like, I just love hearing her talk. Super mean, even Akko, and she's like super bad. Sorry, there was this purse that I wanted, and then she bought it knowing that I wanted it, and then I went to the store because I wanted it too, and then they're like, they're sold out, and I'm like, no. I'm like, you hate me because I bought the iPad and you got the iPad too because you just wanted to be better than me.
付き合いきれない。さっさとやろう。時間の無駄だ。
Yeah, sure. I mean, she says that to intimidate her, but that's probably exactly what's gonna happen.
あれ？なんでそんな態度大きいわけ？ヘビ女って大して強くないのに。
Like Wixas, hashtag YOLO, not.
なんだって。だってヘビ女って半蔵に潰されてるじゃん。選抜チームだって全員やられちゃったし。
Great, Shiki's becoming a professional DJ and turning the tables on Imu.
おまけに校舎までなくなっちゃうとかマジ笑えるんだけど。
Hilarious. Why would you... Well, again, you know, this is guessing we're talking about. It's like these people that they identify as good, and then they have their heads so stuck up their own asses that they end up becoming a little bit evil on their own. So of course they laugh and feel a lot of satisfaction. I'm like, ah, their building got blown up. Ha ha ha. We are the ones that are doing justice.
でもヘビ女はヘビ女じゃん。
もう黙れ。これ以上ヘビ女を侮辱することは許さない。
I mean, when you see the backstory for all of these characters like Murakumo, Imu, Miyabi, they don't really seem all that bad. And again, that's exactly what I was expecting. They would actually tell us what the hell is their deal, and then you'll realize that these evil people are actually not all that evil at all. I mean, like, the way that they carry out things, their attitude towards many things involves, yeah, they're kind of evil, they're kind of one-track, they're kind of overly aggressive and kind of compulsive, but is it evil? Not really. I mean, even Ryobi, who's very aggressive, I mean, she's kind of a bitch, but she's not, I don't know, not really evil. I don't know. We have yet to see Ryobi and Riona's backstory, so right now I think that she's an evil bitch that should probably get beat up so that she can really, like, get a lesson taught to her. But I'm gonna look at her backstory and I'm gonna be like, oh, no, she's not that bad.
だから黙れと言ってるんだ。そのよく喋る口、今すぐ塞いでやる。
Yeah, sure, let's get into it. Alright, here we go. Alright, the devoted bow staff wearing maniac herself, Imu, ready for action. And we're gonna be fighting against Shiki, who doesn't seem to be taking us all of that seriously. She really seems to be taking it slow. She's mellow. She's like totally first shot, fine. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my friend Akko, one time, she got like the iPad 500, and I'm like, oh my god, I got like a Windows phone, and it doesn't work. I should have gotten the iPad, actually. That was a bad purchase. And so, she's really not taking us all that seriously. I think that's gonna bite her in the ass very, very soon. Speaking of biting things in the ass, I recently saw Valkyrie Drive. So as of this recording, the very first episode for Valkyrie Drive, which is kind of like a spiritual successor to Senran Kagura, in the sense that it's this big story with a bunch of ladies in the entirety of the cast, basically, where basically they get naked and they do sexy stuff, but they fight because of that sexy stuff. Well, I don't know. I still don't understand what Valkyrie Drive is about. I mean, of course, when you watch, like, the very first episode of an anime, things are usually kept fairly vague, and you don't really understand what the hell is going on until, like, the third or fourth episode. So it's all a matter of just kind of staying there and, you know, following along. So yeah, Valkyrie Drive Mermaid is, like, the anime that is in, like, this kind of Triforce media project that Kenichiro Takaki and a whole bunch of other people are doing with Valkyrie Drive. So they have, like, a mobile game that's coming out in Japan, like the iOS App Store. You have the anime, and you have the PS Vita game that is yet to come out. But I think, yeah, I think, like, the anime was the first thing to come out on that project. I don't know if that phone game is out yet, but, as far as I know, I've only seen the anime, and I've seen, like, the two main characters, a whole bunch of other characters. One thing that I wasn't expecting was the full frontal nudity. Usually in Senran Kagura, there's a lot of, like, censorship. You see, like, you know, their boobs are covered up, and you see, like, little beams of light and little, like, chibi icons that are covering everything up. When you watch Valkyrie Drive, there's none of that. There's absolutely none of that. There's some girl breaks her boobs out and you see the entirety of the thing. If only it wasn't so gross, because there's some girls that have ginormously gigantic breasts. And so the nipples are enormous, and then like they don't look all that nice anymore. They don't even look like all nice and soft. They look like all saggy and like wobbly. They don't even look like boobs anymore. They look like if flubber was trying to be a boob, and so it looks all like weird and squishy and waggly. Like I don't know, it looks weird. It looks like an alien from a 1980s movie. I'm expecting it to sing, but like trumpets or something. I don't know. And so yeah, of course it's very sexual, but it's not like in Senran Kagura, you know? At least here in Senran Kagura, they have a better excuse for it. Over there, it seems very forced. Like, it seems very unnecessary. So basically, when they fight, it's basically in pairs, you know? Like, whenever people fight, whenever the girls fight, it always has to be 2 versus 2. But it's, at the same time, is 1 versus 1. Because one of the girls, no matter who it is, one of the girls has to get aroused sexually in some sort of shape, way, or form. And so, obviously, that goes into the theming of a bunch of different things that turn people on. And so there's like one pair of girls that they love like BDSM and all that kind of stuff. And so there's one girl that's like tied to a bunch of chains and like spikes and all that kind of stuff and wearing leather. And so that turns her on, and she turns into like this giant like spike ball gauntlet thing. And so the other girl, her partner, uses it. You know, she uses the girl who got turned into the weapon as the weapon, and so they fight like that. And so the main two characters, like, they kiss, and so that turns one of the girls on, and they say, oh, I feel so good, I don't even know, is this feeling real or whatever? And so she turns into a sword, and so the other, more badass-looking girl ends up fighting, using her as the sword. And so, yeah, it is really weird. I don't understand it yet. There's a lot of terminology, but there's a lot of like abbreviation, like exta. Oh, this fighter is an exta type, and so that obviously means like ecstasy or whatever. It's a lot. It's very ham-fisted. It's very, very forced. A lot of it seems very unnecessary. But you know, the same thing I said about Kill la Kill, and that turned out to be pretty awesome. I don't know. It seems like that's exactly what it is. Like if Senran Kagura is Gurren Lagann, then Valkyrie Drive is Kill la Kill. They even have like the little like star effect, you know, whenever a special power happens. Yeah, that's a good comparison. It's very Kill la Kill, huh? All right, what do you have to say for yourself now, huh? This is first Shaw, Heavy Joe's power, like hashtag humble brag, LOL. Do you get me now? Now that I spoke in your language.
話と全然違うよ。イムチン超強いし。
You haven't fought against Miyabi. And plop down.
これもすべてホムラたちが悪いんだ。
What? Homura's stupid, worthless team. What is she talking about?
あいつらが半蔵に負けたりしなければ、エビジョが弱いと思われることもなかったのに。
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, so that Heavy Joe getting defeated the first time destroyed the image that they had.
ホムラたちは絶対に許さない。必ず報いを受けさせてやる。
Alright, sure.
そして、ミヤビと僕でヘビジョの誇りを取り戻すんだ。
Well, I guess I can understand why you might be a little peeved. Sure, whatever. And now let's get graded. I did pretty good. I think I'll get like a C or something. A D? What? I didn't even do like double the time. I didn't even do half the time that I've done before. I understand a level where I do like 6 minutes or something. That's way too long. But like, come on, 3 minutes. That's fine. I wasn't doing that bad, I swear. Well, hopefully we'll level up. Oh man, that bar is moving very slowly. I'm not gonna reach 15. Yeah, there we go. Damn it. Well, I guess Ryobi is stronger than Nemo right now. Flash balance 2. New technique. Pretty good. Longer combos, the better. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. Man, I feel like it's been... Yeah, oh my god, I've been recording for an hour already. It's because of that really long, freaking backstory thing. But oh well. This is barely the second fight. I got 3 more to go. Jeez, maybe I'll do 1 more, and then I'll just keep recording some other day, because it is getting a little late, and I gotta head to bed. So, yeah, 1 more episode, and then we'll call out the session. It doesn't matter, because I do have 1 extra episode from the last session that is bleeding over to Monday. So yeah, the Ryobi episode will be on Tuesday. Emu will be Wednesday. So yeah, I basically need to do 2 more. But I'll do another one, and then I'll just, if I have some free time tomorrow, I'll keep recording it. Maybe I'll even stream it if I can. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. And of course, subscribe over there on that button. I don't know why I said it like that, but subscribe so you can stay updated on every single video that comes out. Like that, you'll never miss a single thing. And that includes the live streams, and I have links to a whole bunch of other stuff, like Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, PayPal, everything. So yeah, enjoy yourselves. I'm sure you're going to have a good time here. On the Hat Person, I'll see you guys next time for some more SK. Later.